Kiama has a...
Oh, the pass was meant for Stefanovski, but the wind held it back. All David Green can do was put it straight to Stephen Wynn. That's a shot. Oh, and it's hit the top of the bar. Well, the wind got hold of that one, and almost a goal for Inter Monero. Kotomanides. Coakley. Shot from Coakley. Oh, it's hit the post. Still a chance, Stefanovski. But Antopoulos getting down to Stefanovski's feet and saving what has been the Wolves' best chance of the match so far. Oh, the shot from Stefanovski was a good one, and it produced a very good save from Antonopoulos. Nice run from Radi Stefanovski. Gets the cross in. Giraldi. It's a goal for the Wolves. Great stuff. Set up by Radi Stefanovski and scored by Robert Giraldi. Gaffney. Stefanovski. Nice touch, Stefanovski. Giraldi. It's a chance. It's a goal. Oh, it's the Giraldi-Stefanovski show. And Wollongong City lead Inter Monero 2-0. And high drama.
Good touch by Koska. Away by Chilby. Viertstra. Mike O'Shea. Square for his brother Rob. And now it's Pekoski. A very good chance for him. A good save by Young. Viertstra recovers for Wollongong City after missing that through ball. Young to Willie Murray. Nice touch inside for Brian Coakley. Orlando. Murray. Stefanovski could have played it wide for Kotomanides, who was free again. Ricoy recovering for St George. On the right-hand side is Fletcher. It's a first-time ball, a good one for Fletcher. He might try one himself. He's looking for support inside for Ricoy. Can he get his shot in? A shot there, and it's in! And it's John O'Shea. It looked like it was going to fall for Pedro Ricoy. A quick break there. Nice through ball. It was Fletcher on the right-hand side. He cut back inside. It was falling for Ricoy. And then O'Shea followed through to put it away. Orlando forward for Kotomanides. A good ball. Stefanovski's inside. A nice return pass. And that ball went straight to Koska. And Fletcher's through. Good work by Fletcher. Can he put it away? He does. So St George break the offside trap through Graham Fletcher. Young was committed. He had to come off his line. And that last inch with the possession there, Fletcher put it over. Comfortably spotted it away for St George's second goal in the 41st minute of the first half. Ricoy. Skeen continuing his run forward. Fletcher. John O'Shea. Good ball for Pekoski. Still Peter Pekoski. He puts it away just wide. How did he miss that one? And he's ruining a chance there for St George. They're leading 2-0. Pekoski did all the good lead-up work. Got around his defender, and the shot was just wide. That would have given St George a 3-0 lead after just 50 seconds of the second half. John O'Shea. Good work by John O'Shea. And a great touch by Koska. He plays it inside, and it's there. Andrew Koska, what an opportunist goal for St George. And I'd say 13 minutes in the second half, he's really wrapped it up for them. St George leading 3-0. He really took his chance well, broke clear of the defence and put it away from the advancing Warwick Young to give St George a fairly unbeatable 3-0 lead. Murray releases Batten. Faceoff, can't handle Stefanovski. A good save by Greedy. And the rebound has been put away by Robert Giraldi. So Wollongong City pull one back in the dying stages of the match. Greedy pulled off a great reflex save, but Giraldi followed through to score his side's first goal of the match, and probably the solitary goal for Wollongong City with only seconds remaining in the game.
Yes, I think every game's tough for every team now at the moment. The situation's very tense. It was today. It was a 4-pointer for both clubs, and all credit to St George. They played very well. They'd obviously done their homework, and they attacked us on the counter-attack the first half, and they scored 2 goals, and really the game was finished then.
You really couldn't say that Wollongong's hopes of a semi-final spot have gone out the window, could you?
Oh no, look, every game's a cup final for us, for about 5 or 6 teams now, and you know, it'll be all on. We've just got to take it week by week, and hopefully we can win a few games and get back up there.
Here for Croatia, really pride was at stake, but for Wollongong there was a desperate need to get back on the rails. The team, which earlier in the season had spent a couple of weeks on top of the table, had recently taken a dramatic plunge. In the space of 2 weeks, they fell from 4th to 8th position on the table, having conceded 7 goals in 2 straight losses. Peter Vlahos was at the game.
Kotomanidis. Peter Kotomanidis. Wollongong striker. He gets a free kick as Graham Arnold leans on him. So Wollongong wearing their change shirts of light blue and dark blue shorts. So Chilby comes across to take it. There's Chilby's cross. And Watson's under it. In fact, he's muffed it. Watson has dropped it. It fell to Brodnik, who put it into the goal for the opening one for Wollongong and the first goal of the match. Here's Kotomanidis, and there's a run there on the far side. In fact, the offside flag is up now. Well, that was against Rob Giraldi, who made a good run. He had plenty of space. Had the pass been just slightly better, Giraldi could have been maybe on his way to Croatia's goal. In the end, the offside flag was up, and Croatia were relieved of any forthright pressure. Arnold. Graham Arnold turns beautifully, and he's brought down. Play continues. Rezo tried a shot, but the whistle had gone. So it's a free kick now to Sydney, Croatia, right on the edge of the Wollongong area. There's Ojikov and Arnold. That's a go for Ojikov, who chips it beautifully inside the post for the equaliser. That was deft stuff by Zarko Ojikov. And the equaliser for Sydney, Croatia. All defensive work by the Wolves. They could have been punished there. There's a cross. Up goes Kovacic. Beautiful header. And that's the lead for Sydney, Croatia. Just deserves too. The man that was certainly in the play in the last 30 seconds or so. Pinpoint header. And speaking of accuracy, that cross there from Ojikov was perfectly directed, and Kovacic did the rest. Tedesco trying to find Arnold. In the way was Wollongong, was Giraldi, but here's a chance for Croatia now. Arnold, a sea of blue shirts in front of him, tries a shot, and he has been successful. Graham Arnold. Kovacic, he loses the ball. To Gaffney, there's a chance for Wollongong maybe. Gaffney may even try a shot. He does, and it's a good one. Hits the crossbar and headed away by Wally Shavor. Well, the Croatia defence were really watching Larry Gaffney close in on their own goal. And in the end, Gaffney was very surprised with the room he had and tried a shot. Well, Steve, you probably don't want me to ask you this, but please tell us about the first goal that Croatia conceded this afternoon. Unfortunately, it seemed a bit of misjudgment on your behalf, do you think?
Yeah, it was a pretty high shot, and I just didn't allow for the wind a bit, and by the time I went to take it, I was back into my goals, and then I kind of tried to push it out, and the next thing the boy was on me, and boom, was a goal. So, misjudgment on my part.
It seems that both keeper's had a few problems this afternoon.
Yeah, well, this ground's very, when a wind gets up, it's very swirly, you know. If you've got the sun, you've got the wind, so as you've seen, Warwick had heaps of trouble in the second half as I had in the first half, so you know, it's just the bounce of the ball if the keeper drops it, so and we got a better bounce today.
Yeah, we've seemed to have gone off the rails lately. We had 3 of our best players out, and when we led 1-0, I thought, you know, we'll give them a game here for a chance of beating them, but we are poor overall, and, you know, we've got no depth of the club at all, so it's going to be a hard battle from here on. We're a well-organised side, but there's just no depth there. You can't do much about it.
Is that the only problem? Because back to round 7 and round 8 of the competition, the Northern Division, you were the top dogs, and now you're really struggling for your own existence in the new revamped competition next season. What's the situation at Wollongong? Is that the reason why you're struggling at the moment?
No, you know, round 7, round 8 we were on top. We had players like Sol Rivera, you know, tremendous player, probably one of the better players in the National League, if not the best player in the National League. He's not playing no more, so it's a big loss to us. Scotty Dixon, you know, he's a tremendous player. He's not playing. We also had Ray Valester out, so we're doing it tough. We had lads from the youth grade playing, you know, centre-back and that sort of thing. We just can't compete with a side like Karasha when we've, you know, got so many injury problems.
So how confident are you of Wollongong City being in the new competition next season now?
Well, we're just going to rely on our organisation now and battle, and you know, there's plenty of guts in the side, but, you know, like I said, there's no depth. It's going to be a real battle from here on, you know. It's up to us.
Score before half-time. There it goes. Belitster on the near post, but punched away by Canberra keeper. Gaffney back to Easthorpe. A dangerous header, and parried over the top by Anthony Franken for Canberra. Gaffney. Easthorpe. Larry Gaffney with a chance. Oh, nice save from Franken. He had to get down to it. Gaffney to Brodnick, who is onside. But good defence from Jason Dunn. Diffuses the situation. Long throw in from Batten. Milando, good head on, and it's a goal from Pat Brodnick. At last, Wollongong City have broken through. Pat Brodnick, the man. 1-0 the Wolves.
If they won on Saturday, they would have been desperate to win against Wollongong yesterday to stay in the top 5. But having had a favour done them by St George the previous evening, and with the Nanda Cup final on Wednesday in mind, the Slickers could afford to field a team largely made up of reinforcements against Wollongong. Andy Pascalidis was at the athletic field.
Well, John Paul DeMarini and Joe Watson have been rested for Wednesday's Cup final because they've both got 11 points. Coach Eddie Thompson didn't want to take any risks. Easthorpe. Good work by Rodrigues. Back by Robertson. Missed by Hughes, and there it is, the first goal. Pat Brodnick, just after 1 minute of play. Confusion in the Sydney City defence, and they were punished severely by Pat Brodnick. It initially happened by Rodrigues. Robinson was, well, confused to say the least, and Brodnick puts it away in a shock lead there for Wollongong City, 1-0. Young into the wind, up by Giraldi, forward for Sydney City. Farina chasing, David Green, Saad, still in the ball, Saad, deflection just wide. So Sydney City coming back with vengeance. 2 opportunities in the last minute. And we're just approaching the 4-minute mark, so we could be in for quite a few goals this afternoon. Saad to take this corner kick. Saad, Farina over the top. Good work again by Sydney City. And I'm sure this 1-0 deficit they're facing will be equalised very soon. Orlando. Headed backwards by Barrett. And it took a handball off Alex Robinson. And it's a penalty, and again Wollongong City in a situation where they can score within the first couple of minutes of the half. They lead 1-0. A goal coming from Brodnick in the first minute of the first half, and now just over 1 minute gone in the second. Unfortunate situation there for Sydney City. Milando lining up against Brett Hughes. Milando plays it in, 2-0. Jock Milando the scorer. And Sydney City really have the task in front of them now into the strong breeze. So after just on 2 minutes of play in the second half, City leading against Sydney City, 2-0 at the athletic field. Firstly, John, a very good finish to the season for Wollongong.
Yes, it's a shame that we didn't go on with it in the middle part of the season, but the injury situation was so bad within the club that we were down to about 10 or 11 players, and that's probably cost us our place in the league, without a doubt.
So close, but so far from the top 5.
Well, last year the 4th club finished with 22 points, and this year we finished with 23 and finished in 8th position. You know, that's life, I suppose.
What about the future of Wollongong, back to the State League?
Well, obviously they'll be waiting till the meeting of all the clubs on, I think, September the 27th, and they'll be hoping that they have a change of heart, but we'll just have to wait and see. But if we do go back to the State League, we're in a very stable position financially. We've got a good squad of players, and I'm sure we'll come back very quickly.
You're pretty confident of retaining those players?
Well, there's going to be a lot of players available, and I feel that perhaps being in Wollongong, they'll be overlooked, and hopefully that'll be the way.
Almost certainly played his last game for the club. It was confirmed today that Kotomanides has been negotiating with Sydney Olympic. Peter Kotomanides was a favourite among Wolves fans because he always gave 100%. A creative midfielder who was not afraid to take a shot at goal if it presented itself. It appears a reasonable transfer fee has been negotiated, and the Wolves will not stand in the way of Kotomanides, who wants to play with the Greek-backed club in the National League.
It's very much on the cards. He's been training with them, and they put in an inquiry about him, but they've not come back to us. But I expect something to go through within the next week, probably. The lad's a very good player, and he's got a chance.